No need to worry about Delhi University admissions 2023. In this video, a DU student from LSR will share essential tips and secrets to secure a seat in the DU. So don't miss out on this valuable video.
So basically, it has released the dates for the first, second, and third. So as you know, there is CSAS seat allocation. So let me clear you the full form of CSAS. It is the CSAS. The full form is Common Seat Allocation Entrance Test. Basically, it can be also known as CUET, which is conducted by NTU. So due admission to these courses will be through CUET and CSAS seat allocation. So aspirants who are willing to apply for DU admission 23, they qualify the entrance examination, then they can register on Delhi University's Common Seat Allocation System, as also known as CSAS portal, for seat allocation. This is done in multiple rounds. Seat allocation is based on multiple factors such as the combination of college, your cutoff, and the selected course. Since every course has its eligibility criteria, its cutoff, so basically it will be resulted into the position of candidate in the merit list. Now there are various categories of the candidate also, like general, scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, OBC, EWS quota also, and the availability of the seats depends on the eligibility of the university. So basically, it is releasing the schedule for phase 3 of common seat allocation system for admissions to undergraduate admissions. Now university will declare 3 rounds and the spot round admission rounds also. So spot round admission is the matter of, it is the later thing which will be subject to the availability of vacant seats. Like if they will be having the vacant seats, then of course there will be more spot admission rounds. And before the announcement of the first CSAS round, the university will release a simulated list through which the candidates will be able to assess their probabilities of securing admission in the program of a college. Then, after the declaration of the simulated list, there will be 2 more days also for the candidate to reorder their preferences. Like they have the chance, if they have selected, like for example, their first college as Karorimal College, and then on the second day they have a second thought that no, I want to go in SRCC or any college, then they can change their preferences. Coming on to the various lists that the university will release. So DU CSAS seat allocation list will be out on 1st August, then second will be out on 10th August, then third will be out on 22nd August. Yeah, right. So it will be respectively for all categories, and mentioning specifically regarding DU BTech, like CSC, EC in electrical engineering. So first merit list will be declared on 2nd of August. And for its online fee payment, it will be done on 10th of August. Coming on to the eligibility and selection, which is the most important part of this whole process. So candidates who are interested in getting into DU, they're required to follow the CUET exam, which is Common University Entrance Test, and DU CSAS process, which I have already explained. So after the same, the university allots college and courses to the students. So they can check out for various courses, like I'll mention you. So for a course like BA program or BA honors, the eligibility is, you should be passed in class 12, and the selection criteria is CUET. And now coming on to the cutoff, then cutoff really, as you must be familiar, that cutoff really goes high. Like if you are aiming for, higher colleges like SRCC, Karorimal College, or any of LSR or Miranda, then of course you must score at least 98 to 99 cutoff, which is the opening cutoff for any college which is accredited A+. So then the second list might contain, it is a like tentative cutoff, but yeah, it has released their list previous year at these cutoffs, and the closing cutoff was no less than 98%. Then coming on to the course like BSc Honors and BSc General, you need like 12th class, the eligibility criteria, and selection criteria is based of course upon CUET. So you should have good score in CUET. Then coming on to the BTech course, of course, eligibility is class 12. And now I'll talk about like where the eligibility is not class 12, it is, different. Then for MA courses, like many of you might be thinking for pursuing MA also, then you should have relevant BA degree with at least 45% to 60% aggregate. And of course, selection criteria is CUET postgraduate course. Then coming on to the BLED, which is of course my course. So its eligibility is class 12 with 50% aggregate. But to get admission into BLED, you must have secured more than 90% marks in CUET. Around 22.5% of total number of seats are reserved for candidates that belongs to scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. 15% for scheduled castes and 7.5% for scheduled tribes. They can interchange it if they find it necessary. And also, university strictly adheres to these policies in matters of reservation and relaxations. And also in this quota, the candidate has to produce a valid certificate that is issued by any authority like the and it should include these points. So you can also write down these if you find it necessary, because this is very important. So the minimum eligibility requirement for the applicants applying for reservation, the minimum pass marks in their respective or equivalent qualifying examinations of the University of Delhi. All right, like if there is a criteria that they need 50%, minimum 50% to just qualify the exam, then they must have the certificate with them. That shows that yes, they have passed the CUET with minimum 50% marks. Otherwise, it won't be valid. Now, where the admission is based on entrance test, the SC/ST applicants will have to appear for the test. However, their merit list will be drawn separately, and it will be applied for the program. Relaxation, it will be to the extent of 5% in the minimum marks, and it will be given to the applicants who belong to SC and ST category to determine their minimum cutoff and merit for admission to a program wherever applicable. In case after giving 5% relaxation, the reserved seats still remain vacant, then further relaxation would be given to the extent. Like if there are only 10 seats and there are applicants who have applied only 7%, 7 applicants have applied, then also they can also extend their relaxation also. Now coming on to the other backward class criteria, then 27% of the total number of seats have been reserved for those applicants. And the OBC applicants will be given a relaxation of both in minimum eligibility in the qualifying examination as well as in the minimum eligibility in the entrance test also. So this is a like win-win situation. And 10% of the minimum eligibility marks are prescribed for the unreserved applicants. For example, if the minimum eligibility for admission to a program for the unreserved category applicants is 50%, then minimum eligibility for the other backward class applicants will be 45%. Now coming on to the EW section, then admission of economically weaker section candidates will be as per the University of Delhi notification. But as far as I know, the eligibility of the candidates, it will be decided on the basis of fulfilling the criteria that is prescribed as I prescribed to everyone. Now the seats reserved, they will be filled by only the unreserved candidates only, like SC, ST, EWS and OBC. And however, in the case of non-availability of the eligible candidates, the reserved seats may be interchanged, as I mentioned earlier also.
Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel.